Hi everyone, my name is Bidani and thank you for joining me here today on our session for Demand 2022. Today's session we'll be talking about it's not just about the words, about how you can actually craft high converting social ads and landing pages to help support your demand gen. So first thing is that I know that you're here for this session today, not because you don't have a good product or you don't have a good company. You're here because you do have a good product, but your growth might have slowed down a bit recently. CAC is increasing. You're struggling to hit revenue targets, or maybe D, all of the above, which is often the case. The good news, in order to fix that, there's just one thing you need to do. You need to book more demos. The bad news is that you need to book more demos. So if you saw to fix all of these issues, so we'll run some ads and landing pages, then you'd be right. Because, hey, that's what most people would think to do. Because we all know that the payoff for running ads and landing pages is much faster than starting an outreach, SEO, or organic social campaign. So that's what a lot of marketers would do. You set up a campaign, up your spend, and sit back, waiting for the form submission pings to ring in. But nothing, nada, zilch. Okay, so you might see some impressions go up. You might see some clicks on your ads. You might see a little lift in website traffic or some scrolling on a landing page going on. And maybe, just maybe, you'll get one or two profit leads trickling through. But the big fish that you're waiting for aren't swimming into your net. Now, your ads and landing pages could be amazing. They could have followed all the best practices. They might have great headlines, talk about the end benefits and life transformations, cover all the right features, use lots of social proof, have multiple CTA buttons, but they all point to one offer. So what's the problem? All of this is still happening. The reason why we see poor performance still from our ads and landing pages is because we forgot something crucial. We forgot to take into account what our prospects think and feel when they see their social feeds filled with book a demo ads and landing pages. And this is pretty much what they feel like, and to put it nicely, judging by the bad rap that a lot of these book a demo ads and landing pages get on LinkedIn, this is one of the prospects' milder reactions. And the reason why prospects react to these ads like this is because of three things. One, they're usually not in the mood. Two, they can smell your agenda. And three, they have zero time to waste. The reason why your prospects aren't in the mood is because, hey, that's the reality of life. They're simply too busy doing other things on their to-do list. They're on LinkedIn or Facebook or TikTok or anywhere else because they're dude scrolling, they're chilling out for a minute while they're at work, or they're catching up on connections and messages or company and industry events that matter to them. They're not on social networks to read ads unless your audience is also B2B marketers. The other thing is that, again, your prospects can also smell your agenda. They aren't stupid. They know that you're putting out ads because you want to drive conversions, because eventually you want them to buy something. You know it. They know it. No one's getting fooled here. And the third one is that people don't have any time. They don't want to work hard. Your prospects already work hard enough at their own jobs and everything they do in life. They don't want to spend any more time. They don't want to waste any more time because they're just so, I'll back that up a bit. I'm going to restart that slide. Three is that your prospects, they don't have time and they don't want to work hard. They already work hard enough in their own jobs and everything that they do in life. They want to do things quickly, simply, and smoothly, because doing things the easy way means they conserve energy. So when they come across an ad, they might glance at it, they might hover over it for a second, but the moment they feel that reading it or clicking through feels like work, feels like it's going to take so much of their precious time that they have, you can forget them about converting. This is also actually a psychological principle called bias against work, meaning that we would rather do nothing than do something that involves expending energy or precious time. It applies to absolutely everything in life and explains things like why we sign up for gym memberships and then don't use them. So it's no small wonder that your ad engagement and click-through rates are poor. And that even when people click through to your beautiful landing pages, that they don't end up filling up the demo form. But there are things that you can do to your ads and your landing pages to increase engagement, conversions, and demo booking rates across the board. And that is by doubling down on what I like to call your WISM metric. Because WISM basically means what's in it for me. This is the metric that most B2B marketers don't consider in their book a demo campaigns or even almost any ad campaign. And it leads to writing ads or landing pages that put your company goals ahead of what a prospect is actually looking for or is interested in engaging with. But when you keep WISM, when you keep what's in it for me at the forefront of your mind, it turns it into a framework that enables you to drive crazy success with your ads and landing pages. And let me show you why. Without the wisdom approach, you're putting your company's goals ahead of your prospects' goals. This leads to ads that look like ads, feel like ads, and smell like ads because all they talk about is impressive capabilities and lists of features, recent series funding rounds or magic quadrants, magic quadrant ratings, G2 Capterra rankings, long form gated content pieces, or fancy booths that they're having at conferences and shows. But when you put the wisdom metric at the heart of your approach, you focus on capturing your audience, your prospects' attention. You make your content and ads will naturally be more interesting and it helps them to stop scrolling and actually focus on it. It also, the content and the ads that you write will actually be more educational, be more inspiring, and be more helpful, which also helps your prospects suspend their disbelief temporarily. And third, this focus enables you to appeal to both emotions and logic in equal doses so that it's very easy for prospects to justify why they should book a demo. It actually makes your offer of a demo feel like a really smart choice. And that's what anyone wants to do at the end of the day. Everyone wants to feel that a conversion decision that they've made is the smart choice. And you can see the difference when someone has adopted the wisdom metric or the wisdom approach early on in their ad and landing page campaigns. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. This first ad, now for clarification, this is not a bad ad. But it's a typical B2B ad. And by looking at it, you can see that it does follow a lot of those quote unquote best practices. It uses a real video. You can see a headshot of a real person speaking. It's got subtitles in it, so you don't have to turn the sound on. The copy for the ad itself is short and to the point. Really, what's not to like? Then take a look at this ad. It's an ad, but it doesn't look like an ad and it doesn't feel like an ad. It looks exactly like something a connection would post and that a prospect would see in their organic feed. So it actually makes people stop scrolling to look at it. It feels so authentic that it actually suspends your disbelief for a moment. You're not even sure you're even looking at an ad until you've actually read all the way through it. And it feels so authentic that pause for a second. It looks exactly like something a connection would post and they'd see in their feed. So it makes you stop scrolling and focus your attention on it. It feels so authentic that it suspends your disbelief. And even though it makes a very obvious ask to book a demo, it supports the ask, the offer, with lots of feel-good emotions as well as hard facts to both appeal to to appeal to emotions and to logic equal parts at the same time. And that's exactly it. By keeping the wisdom metric at the core of your approach to your ads and landing pages, you craft the ads or landing pages that put your prospects' needs first. And by doing that, you'll be able to reach your own business goals across ad engagement, click-through rates, quality score, conversion rates, and demo booking rates as well. And now I'm actually going to walk you through how you too can craft high converting ads and landing pages with the wisdom framework or metric in mind. And how you do this is by writing clearly, by showing some respect to your target audience and by being honest. Ready? Let's go. So the first thing that you have to do if you're going to put the wisdom metric or the wisdom framework at the forefront of your approach is to write clearly. The reason why is if your prospect can't grasp what you're talking about in 7 seconds, and honestly, 7 seconds is generous. If your prospect can't grasp what your offer is or why your ad is appearing in their feed, they will just lose focus. So you need to stick to clear, plain, and simple language wherever possible. No fluff and no jargon. The only exception is if your audience is highly sophisticated or technical, because then oversimplifying your language is basically insulting their intelligence. And the last point, again, is to be specific and direct when you talk about numbers and results. And even another last point is actually to make sure, for example, that a learn more button on an ad leads to a page where there's more learning and not straight to a lead capture form that's shoved in their face. Or for example, if you say if you're offering a free download, make sure that you state whether they need to put in their details or don't need to put in their details. Make sure that they have this information up front. So here's a couple of examples of B2B ads. Some who are less clear and some that are more clear. Again, here are a couple of typical B2B ads. Again, not bad, just typical. You can see that these ads, though, aren't very clear at all. What are they promoting? What's the offer? Why should I click? Or better put, what's in it for me if I'm actually going to click on it? Compare this to these very, very clear B2B ads. Here you can see exactly what they're promoting. The copy speaks clearly to a single audience, and it highlights exactly what prospects are going to get or learn or discover once they've made the decision to convert. Once they've clicked on the learn more or clicked on the CTA button, or they've clicked through, it shows them exactly what's waiting for them on the other side. Same here for these ads. They're super clear, crisp, and straight to the point. Second step is to show your prospects that you respect them. No one converts in a linear fashion, and anyone who thinks that straightforward funnels still work is kind of just fooling themselves. There's always other touch points along the way, but the hardest thing for marketers to figure out is how to bridge the gap between these clicks, how to ease a prospect's transition from platform to ad to landing page to making a conversion decision. And when a prospect is in the middle of doing anything else but engaging with your marketing, it's almost impossible to make them switch gears and to make a conversion decision just because we want them to. And trying to make them do that is going to get your ads ignored or worse, earn your prospects spite. But you can actually guide prospects to engage with your ads and your landing pages and to convert by structuring the style of your ad copies and your landing page to meet the expectations of the platform they're currently using. Because if you meet your prospect's mindset, they'll be more willing to listen to you. So your marketing is still being disruptive, but it's actually doing it quietly, respectfully. Here's a few examples of respectful B2B copy. See the types of ads that respect the platform your prospects are currently using. Pay attention to the style of the language, how the posts are written, with spacing between the lines and paragraphs, and sometimes emojis were relevant. These kinds of posts feel close to organic content, and they feel interesting and fun, and some of them even make you laugh. Again, they're disruptive because they capture attention, but they're not disruptive for your prospects' current experience of the platform they're using. And it actually makes them easier, the ads are easier for your prospects to click on because they share the same vibe. Let me also show you a real life example of this with you and why it's also 100% applicable to B2B marketing. It's not working. Hang on. Why is it not working? Okay. A Belgian company, Kai, was running display ads for their flagship product, a $700 luxury work bag. Now they were trying to keep their marketing classy, but at the same time wanted to expand into US markets and drive up more purchases. But as a startup, all they had budget for were display ads on popular news and blogging sites. But they were sending this traffic to blog posts and product pages, and purchases weren't lifting as a result. Because, hey, most people don't decide to drop $700 on a work bag every day. So what we decided to do was something completely different. We decided to craft a landing page that looked and felt exactly exactly like the type of content that prospects were experiencing on the platforms they were using on these blog and news sites. We created a landing page that looked, felt, and read exactly like a full-length, rich feature article. So that when cold traffic clicked on display ads that looked like this, they weren't going for rich content to a landing page with a lead gen form or a push into a product page where it said buy now. Them going from rich content to an ad and back to rich content. The results were that this page converts at a whopping 25% from cold traffic display ads. And the company has been seeing significant website visits and increased purchases from prospects who have this landing page as their first touch point for a $700 offer from display ads. Imagine applying that to B2B ads, to B2B display ads, or a B2B Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, any type of ad. Imagine creating a LinkedIn ad that reads as smoothly as an organic LinkedIn post, which leads to a landing page that also flows like organic content. Imagine creating a video landing page, a video ad for prospects feeds on Facebook that starts with a funny 1-minute video, which leads to another landing page with another video. By not forcing your prospects to switch gears in the middle of what they're enjoying doing, you can gently bring them to a point where they're happy to convert. And the third and final step of pause. And the third and final step is to just simply be honest. I can't tell you how much that companies actually miss out on this, but it makes a huge impact on your ads and especially your landing pages. You have to make sure that either your ads or your book a demo lander sets the right expectations for the demo up front. Asking for someone to give up 30 minutes of their time is huge. These people, your prospects, are likely to be eating lunch at their desks, or there's always they work through lunch. They skip meetings. They send Loom videos and use Slack so they can skip meetings because they're so busy. And your prospects want to do the same. So you need to make sure you're communicating the value of them attending a demo. What's in it for them? What are they going to get out from? Everyone knows why you want to book a demo. You want to book a demo because you want to show them something cool and you want to sell something to them. Everyone understands that. Even if you say no hard sell, even if you say, even if you say things like no hard selling or no hard pitching, there's still a lot of questions and objections that prospects have to actually attending a demo. If you're not honest and clear about what they should expect up front, it's going to decrease the response rates that you have and your engagement metrics with your ads and your landing pages. You need to tell them how long a demo will take and why. You need to tell them what they will learn or discover in booking a demo. And here's a real world example of this in practice. So Census, for example, have a great product. Once they had prospects on a demo call, the conversion rates were about 50 to 70%. Though the problem was they weren't booking any demos. So we set out to optimize their book a demo page. You can see clearly that the page that they had was following best practices. It says how long the demo was. It only has 3 fields on the lead gen form. It uses social proof, lots of rich, juicy logos down the bottom. And it talks about the 3 bullet points, talk about the end benefits, strategy, integrations, and what prospects' life will be different after they've converted. But when we dug into the research, we found out that, first of all, their audience was highly technical. So the words 30-minute demo to them signal you're going to get pitched by an SDR and not see the product until 20 minutes in. They're also frustrated. The prospects were also frustrated that there wasn't a recorded demo or anything else available yet for them to see. So we came up with the hypothesis that if we eased all of these objections up front and we're brutally honest about why they needed to book a demo, what they would discover, that would help increase the conversions. The end result, as you can see here, brought a whopping 30% uplift in demo bookings with 95% statistical significance. So a few of the things we did, first of all, we moved the demo forms from the left to the right, so they wouldn't be smacked with it in the face as soon as they touched down on this landing page. And so that also encouraged them to read the copy by aligning the copy on the left-hand side. We made it clear, we used specific language, made it clear, for example, that this technical audience who didn't really want to speak with a human, they would actually be speaking with a product specialist and not with a junior SDR cutting their teeth in the first week. We also changed the bullet points here to answer their objections to booking a demo. For example, what will I find out in a demo? Anything you want. Tell us what you want to see and we'll tailor the demo for you. Do you have a recorded demo I can watch now? No, we don't. But the reason is because there's so many different things you can do with it. A pre-recorded demo is not going to show you the full capabilities of the product. And last but not least, what can my company do with the product? So we actually used, instead of just having clients' logos or a couple of testimonials, we actually listed out the use cases at the bottom to see how each company used the product in a different way. So in just the space of a book a demo and landing page, we were able to answer all of these objections, be brutally honest about why they needed to still book a demo. And as a result, demo bookings increased by a huge amount. Just like they say, honesty is the best policy. And now it's your turn. Your challenge, if you wish to accept it, is to apply the WISA metric and framework to the next time you need to boost your ad and landing page conversion rates and win more demo bookings. So just to recap, you can get better results from your demand gen campaigns by making sure that you're putting your prospects' needs in front of yours. When you do that, you will still satisfy your business goals and you'll actually do much better even than you expected. Thank you.